Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We've got Bradley, I believe, a fantastic show for everybody today. Brad, looking good. That hair's looking good, man. Did you get yourself a haircut?
Just cutting myself again, but what you see right now is it's still wet from the shower. I got out of the shower at 8:58, so it's a little wet.
Looks good. You look very professional today. Nice for a Friday. I like it, man. Good. Yeah, oh yeah, good to see everybody. Now, Purple Hawk, interesting comment here. The one thing I haven't heard from anyone about Hulk Hogan since he died, the fumble with the Foreman grill. He got the call first and turned it down. Wild if you really think about it. Absolutely. Because here's the other thing too. All right. Now, there's certain things about, if Brad, if I were, the grill people and I came to you, you're Hulk Hogan in this, right? Like, why would you turn it down? I'm trying to pay you money to use your name and your branding, right? Like, I'll do all the work and we'll just send you to do fun stuff and just be the face of it. Why would you turn why would you turn that down? That must have been a bad presentation or something. I don't know. Because Hulk Hogan tried everything else. Remember Pasta Mania? Do you know about this?
No.
Hulk Hogan, I swear to God, Hulk Hogan opened a pasta mall retail thing. Look, I swear to God, look it up. Look up Pasta Mania. I promise you, this is a real thing. So I'm with Hawk. Like, why would you fumble the Foreman like crazy? But who would have known that it would have done numbers like that? George Foreman, good for him.
Singaporean fast casual dining, Hulk Hogan, legend.
Pasta Mania. I'm telling you, boy. All right, let's get into it. Here's how we did yesterday. And I'll tell you this. On the board, it reads 6-4, but it's so much better than 6-4. Look at this. Chargers 2+ rushing touchdowns, plus 300. Got it. All right, the first two picks alone are worth 7 units. Any team to score 30+ points, plus 400. Got it. Chargers Lions over 32.5. Got it. Chargers team total over 15.5. Got it. Cal Raleigh home run plus 230. Got it. Ellie De La Cruz home run plus 250. Got it. Now, of our two picks that we missed, the Lions team total and the Rangers Mariners over 7.5, we missed those. The good thing is that you see that line right there, that yellow one, those two X's, Brad, those were kind of the, plays that we had on the primetime show last night of, hey, try these if you want, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I still count them as losses because I bet them. But the good thing is that, we kind of went into it knowing those last two, be easy on it. You know what I mean? So great night, man. Absolutely crushed it. We're going to talk more about their game. And yep, Hawk, absolutely. Look, first off, the Mariners were the only ones that did their part. All right, exactly what we talked about. And Hawk, you were all over it. The Lions, they didn't get that. The Rangers, they didn't score a run. The Mariners won 6-0, right? So we actually hit the over on the Mariners alone. The damn Lions, they couldn't do a damn thing, man. How about that Braves Reds? Oh, my God. I've never seen an inning where the Braves score 8 miraculous runs and then give up 8 runs. It was insane. I looked up, Brad, last night I looked up. It was I don't know, 4-4. And I was watching the NFL game. And then I, glanced off my phone, watched the game 15 minutes, looked down, 11-11. I was like, what in Christ? I was like, all right, man. I felt bad because, I usually don't miss Braves games, but I just wanted to watch football. And it was like, oh, my God. So, anyways, all right, that's yesterday. All right, Howie Schwab, group play again. Braves Reds over 9.5. Braves Reds under 9.5. Or the Orioles Cubs over 7.5. Or the Orioles Cubs under 7.5. Polls in the chat. Vote now. Update as we always do at the end of the show. But Brad, no time to waste, buddy. We got to get to the picks. We got to get to it. Let's go. All right, Brad, talk to me. What do you got?
Yes, we're headed to the Leagues Cup in a match between Toluca and Montreal tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. We're looking for that over 3 Asian total at -130. The Leagues Cup right now, you'll see it on the board. It is trending Toluca has actually now themselves been over 2.5 in 19 of 23 matches coming into this specifically. And they're hitting that over 2.5 team total. They're a very open play style type of team, and 13 of the last 17 over 2.5. So you regularly see one team in a Toluca match hit that 3 alone, which is important, but they also concede a lot. Over 3.5 now in 9 of the last 11 over 2.5 and 21 of the last 29. Above 75%. That's what you like to see. But Montreal as well, they're trending. They have a great striker. The name's Prince Owusu. You got to know that name. He's a stud. Over 2.5 and 9 of 13 coming in and 4 of the last 5 away. They're essentially playing away from home. Toluca is not home. It does look like it. Montreal is not away. They are technically away, but both teams are away. This game is in New Jersey. Over 2.5 is now hitting over 6 of the last 12 of the team totals for Montreal. So you see the same thing on that end, and then over 3.5 and 8 of the last 10. You like this match for their open play styles, willingness to go forward, and willingness to concede. We're taking that over 3 Asian total at -130.
Beautiful work, man. Beautiful work. Now, I got to say, that's another T-shirt idea right there. This game is in New Jersey. I love it. I love it. All right, 3 plays for me today. Yankees, Marlins over 8, -115. We'll break this game down here in a minute, but this one could get wild. I'll tell you what could get wild is the Dodgers and the Rays over 9. I'm just going to tell you right now, bro. Today, weather, it ain't in your favor, Haas. All right, let me just tell you that. You got to pick and choose your. Look, I'm not a parent. Will never pretend to be. But I've heard enough of my friends say, you got to choose. You got to pick and choose your battles, dog. Like, you got to pick and choose your battles, and that's what baseball is going to be today. I'm telling you, it is weird because, all right, and I'm on the Cardinals Padres over 7.5 because, and we'll talk about this. Apparently, the Padres are going for a World Series this year because that lineup is loaded. And we're going to talk more about free agency and what we saw yesterday with the deadline. The Padres got better. The Mets got better. The Phillies got better. The Dodgers got better. The Yankees, like the big dogs went and spent, right? And it's funny. Well, it's weird that the Diamondbacks and the A's play each other. I don't know if there are 2 more depressed clubhouses in baseball right now, right? Like, seriously, those are the 3 picks. We're going to break down baseball. But, like, Brad, like, these 2 teams, like, they were the buffet that the big teams went and plucked all their stars, like gutted them. Now they still got dudes. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, Brett Rooker's still there, and the Twins. Yeah, like, dude. Yeah. Speaking of Moshe, look at him coming in. What's up, dog?
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, we had some crazy baseball yesterday. Some wild trades, and it was fun. We're happy to get into it.
Yeah. Yeah, like TJ right here. Look, the Twins clubhouse, they be there in shambles. Literally players saying, I don't understand. I know. I'm telling you, man, the Twins, the A's, and the Diamondbacks, like, I do not know what to expect. I have no idea. And here's the thing, the Diamondbacks and the A's play each other.
Someone has to win.
Someone has to win. Like, there's either going to be 3 runs in this game or they're going to be 70. Like, there's no this is not going to be a normal game at all. It's not. It's absolutely not. Now, Moshe, what I love about it is you came ready. We got.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Now, listen, we got one great weather game here today. It's the Pirates Rockies. I don't care that both of them were sellers on the trade deadline. I think the weather, the bad pitching, I think it all comes together in both teams to score 2+ runs in the first 5 innings. Also, listen, my bad on the Reds. I don't know if it's actually my bad on the Reds. I think it was still a really good play yesterday. I mean, they hit 8 runs in 1 inning.
They scored 11 runs. Like, that's not on you.
I mean, I turned off
bro.
the game. I turned off the game to go watch. I think it was the Mariners-Rangers game, maybe after they went down 8 runs. And then in the chat, in the DTL chat, someone was like, hey, they just tied it. And I was like, there's absolutely no way they just tied it. It's been 10 minutes. But, hey, they did. And you know what? I like the Reds again today. I think they get it done. This is the game, by the way, if you're looking for home runs. I think this is a really good look. Next up, I like the Brewers as well. Brewers have a fantastic look against the Washington Nationals. I think the Washington Nationals have been playing way over their head. Quintana usually comes back to greatness in the second half of the season. He struggled last year around this time, and then as soon as I started fading him, he screwed me. I am not making that mistake again. I think Quintana goes big today. I think that the Brewers bullpen is their biggest advantage here, third ranked in the last month, and I think Washington struggles to keep it close. I also like the Yankees first 5 money line and the money line. I mean, the energy in this clubhouse is real. They have something going on without Judge, and I don't think someone named Junk is going to be able to keep them down. So let's go. Let's go. Also, something important to note here: the Marlins bullpen expected their expected pitching is going way down. It's ranked 18th in the last 2 weeks. That is a big jump from 6th in the last 2 weeks, just a few days ago. So that's something to keep an eye out for. I also like the Padres money line, the Cardinals team total under 4.5 here. I think the Padres get it done. And listen, they just picked up some of the biggest bullpen weapons. I mean, they can effectively shut down a game in the 7th inning now. What's stopping them? They have Suarez and Miller back to back. That is an unbelievable bullpen right there. And they were the number 1 bullpen before this. They were the number 1 bullpen in the last 2 weeks. And I think they were 3rd in the last month. They're 6th overall in the year. So gosh darn, the Padres are going to be making a run. And last but not least, I like the Giants Mets under 7.5. It's kind of spooked me a little bit not to go for the whole unit here, but I think we got 2 great pitchers, David Peterson, Robbie Ray. They faced each other just last Saturday, but doesn't bother me. That game was, I think, 2-1. Both bullpens are coming down. Mets ranked 15th, Giants 17th. Both of them have just added important pieces that will allow them to relax. I like the under.
All right, there we go, man. Nice work, man. Nice work. All right. Those are our plays, but that's just starting. And we got so much more to do, but we got to take care of business first. So let's get after our home runs. Big Scott Y said, you guys are the best. First off, Scott, good to see you, buddy. Second off, that's Brad and Moshe. You know what? I'm just trying to hit for average, baby. That's all I'm trying to do around here. All right. Here are your 5 today. Shohei Ohtani, plus 175. Kyle Schwarber, plus 250. Pete Alonso, plus 325. Pictured there. Cody Bellinger, plus 375. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr., plus 450. So, Moshe, I'll throw it over to you first, buddy. What do you like here?
So I just want to put out a disclaimer that we hit both home run plays yesterday. We hit a home run play the day before that. We are on fire, and it spooked me. It completely spooked me. This is the first time that I did not put a home run play in my article. But I think Cody Bellinger is a good look.
Belly.
Kyle Schwarber, I think he is a fantastic look. There's some good looks here, but no official place for me today. I'm just too spooked. You know, when you're on a roll, you don't want to mess with it. You just want to kind of, if it comes to me, it comes to me. Nothing came to me today, but these are great looks. I mean, you know what you're doing.
There we go. There we go. All right, Brad, where are you going?
Well, AB, you know chalk, right? It's good for acid reflux. It's heartburn. It's good for the sidewalk. And it's also good with Shohei, man. Give me plus 175. The man is on fire. Dong Central. He is probably the greatest baseball player to ever play the game. Give me Shohei.
Nice, man. Nice, man. Look, and I tell you what, it's Lumber Central over there at Mims Lumber. Go check them boys out. Have a good day over there at the shop. All right, so you're going Shohei. All right. Maddie, I said it's good for the sidewalk. Peggy said credible graphics. Thank you, Peg. Good to see you. How are you doing? So good to see you, Peggy. Hope you have a wonderful day today. Oh man, this one's tough. Shohei, I think, has the best weather to mash it. He's chalk for a reason. All right, I'll tell you what. Give me Bellin. No. Give me Alonso. Give me Pete Alonso. Give me Alonso today. 325. This one's tough. I almost went Vlad. Let's jump into the weather here. But I do. Oh, yeah. All right. Alonso's my guy. For sure. Okay. Now, I'm telling you, weather today, it's all over the place. But here's the good thing. Except for people in the Northeast, the heat wave has broken today. Have you felt it? It feels like kind of like fall outside. At least it does in Nashville. Yeah, a little bit. Like
even in the Northeast. I'm in Philly right now. It's not hot. It just broke. It broke.
It's nice. I know. You're gonna see it. Like the temperatures we've had the last 2 weeks have been like 95 in like every game. Wait till you see these numbers. But the problem, my man, is the wind, dude. The wind. It's all over the place. Big Josh Ward. AB, welcome to August. Welcome to college football season. Absolutely. And everybody check out Josh and Swain right there on Sports Animal in Knoxville. The best sports radio station going. Josh is the absolute man, dude. Love him. Him and Big Jason Swain, man. What a game last night. Got that over, man. We were talking about it on the show, their radio show yesterday. It was a good one, man. Great night for betting. So it's so good to see Josh, man. Really appreciate his support. Him and Swain, everybody up there in Knoxville. Love him to death. So check this weather out, man. All right. Braves and the Reds, day game today. 75. It feels like 71. And especially for Ohio, dude, they've been going through it in terms of the heat. I mean, it's been close to 100, man. So 75 degrees, feels like 71, no rain. But look at this wind. 10.7 miles an hour blowing left to right. So it's blowing in somewhat, right? Like it's not blowing out, but it's not blowing directly in your face, man. Left-handed pull hitters, again, today. We got a home run out of Ellie De La Cruz yesterday with the same weather approach. We could do it again today. Somebody like Matt Olson for the Braves. Now, I don't suggest betting on the Braves very much right now, but, I mean, they went wild yesterday, right? So
my model loves the Braves. Loves them. The top 5 home runs in that game were all from the Braves side.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, good call. There you go, man. So, for today, I'm telling you, it's pretty good because look at this. Orioles at the Cubs, 75 degrees, feels like 71. 10.7 blowing directly in. And it's getting more through the game. So, I mean, beautiful weather, but let me tell you, humidity is gone in a lot of places. Humidity is gone, and that's bad. I love humidity, man. I can work with wind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can work around wind, but when you take humidity out of the air, I'm telling you, it makes a big difference, man. I don't know if today's going to be a big home run.
I think Yankees game was the perfect example of that. You had high humidity, but you had the wind blowing right in, and we saw bombs.
Absolutely. I'll take the humidity fact. Okay, if you're doing a weighted, calculation, the humidity, it's a 2-to-1 ratio, right? Like the humidity outweighs the wind a lot of times. But yeah,
I'm going to need to talk to you about this after so I can fix my model.
Yeah. Humidity's
come in.
What'd you say?
Where does elevation come in? You got humidity.
Elevation plays in with the humidity, man, because you've got that light, thinner air. And the reason that humidity works, man, is think about like what water is. H2O, right? It's liquid and oxygen, right? So when you have more liquid in the air, i.e. the humidity percentage is up. All right, water molecules weigh less than oxygen molecules. That's why. So it's a lighter, thinner air when you're dealing with humidity. And the more that you go, the lighter and less resistance that you have in the air. That's what the lack of humidity is. It's essentially a wall, right? Like, think about it that way. And the more humidity you have, you're lowering that wall, lowering that wall, lowering that wall. So that's why when you have games with like 75, 80% humidity, dude, the ball, I mean, look at the equation here. All right. Every 10% increase in humidity above 55% results in roughly an additional 10 to 15 feet of carry. So if you're in a game where there's 80% humidity, dude, think about that, man. Like you're talking about 30, 35 extra feet of carry. You get the ball in the air with some, bat speed, it's gone. You know what I mean? But when you don't have that humidity, the air, it gets thick and thick and thick. It's like not getting an oil change. You know what I mean? And it's just like viscosity, it's just tough. So
Reminds me of walking out in St. Louis in the middle of the summer. It's just a blanket, a hot, wet blanket sitting on you.
Yeah. And look, and here's the other thing too, though, is that wind is not the same in every ballpark. Like wind blowing in at Wrigley is very real. It's a beast, dog. Like it's been a boa constrictor choking out overs for 100 years when it's blowing in. They call it the Windy City for a reason. You know what I mean? Like that wind coming off Lake Michigan is real, bro. So anyways, all right. So that's the Orioles in the Cubs.
Wait, before we move on, I just had a question on the humidity. How does it affect on the weather? Because I know that hot weather and humidity, it goes way up. But what if you have 80% humidity and 70% 70-degree temperature?
It's even better.
Okay.
Because it's even better because what you also have to deal with, and Brad can speak on this better than any of us, is temperature in like super increases in temperature, it increases fatigue as well. So you have to factor that in. But when you have optimal 70-degree weather and also the humidity, yeah, it's hot. Like you're going to feel it, but not as like you're not also cooking while you do it. You know what I mean? So when you're sitting in the shade, it feels unbelievable when you're in the dugout, right? You even in the field, if you catch a little shade in the outfield, it's amazing. But when it's 95 actual feels like it's hot everywhere. You're like a cow in a field trying to find a tree. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, that's how I tell every day here in Nashville. If it's going to be oppressively hot, because there's a big farm. I live on a country road, and there's a big farm and a bunch of cows and a couple bulls. And when the bulls are under the shade at like 7 in the morning already, it's going to be a hot ass day. But when they're not, it's going to be all right. Like I'm telling you, they just know it. So
it's going to be the bull report now.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'll take a picture of it today. I promise you, this is a real thing. It's right down the street. And these two bulls are huge, too. There's a white one. It looks like the one at Texas, Bevo. Dude, it's dope. I'll take a picture of it, man. It's cool. All right. Anyway, so there's your weather and animal report for today. Brought to you by Grassmere. All right. That's a Nashville joke. Only we're going to get. All right. Let's keep going into weather here. Tigers and the Phillies again. Wind not in your favor, but it's not terribly bad. Temperature 70 degrees. Feels like 72. No rain. Yeah, Matty boy. I'll take a picture of it after the show. Matty, I bet you can't get 8 seconds on him. Hell no, man. He'd toss me, dude. Good weather again, but the wind is not great, but it's not oppressive either. And it's dropping through the game. So not bad there. Astros and the Red Sox, again, look at this, man. 69 feels like 68 degrees. It felt like 98 degrees 48 hours ago up there. 0% rain, 5.4 miles an hour blowing in. Yeah, wind, nothing to worry about. Yankees and the Marlins. Now, this one's different, and this is why I played the over. 87 degrees, feels like 95. All right, no rain. You got 5 miles an hour blowing in, but it's decreasing, all right, from 5, 4, 3. So I don't really care about the wind whatsoever. But look at the humidity, all right? This is a game where you got it, man. Yankees and the Marlins, I think you're going to see runs. I see that the total's dropping on books from 8 to 7.5, but I think they're going the wrong ass way. I'm playing the over on this one. Giants and the Mets, 73 degrees, feels like 73 degrees. No rain, 8.9 miles an hour blowing in. All right, Dodgers and the Rays. Look at this one. All right, Florida did not get the message that the heat wave broke. Temperature 88, feels like 96. Big Tony in there's going to be able to tell us, man. It's hot in Florida. 5% chance of rain, 6.5 miles an hour blowing out. This is like Brad, you went with Shohei in terms of hitting a home run. Good call. Look at this weather here. Awesome humidity in the air. Cardinals and the Padres. Apparently the Padres, again, are just going to roll out 37 All-Stars on their roster, and I like it. But, again, 70 degrees, feels like 71. No rain. 5.5 miles an hour blowing out to right field. So left-handed pull hitters in this game, Cardinals or Padres. There you go. All right, I think that's it. Nope, we got another one. Okay, Diamondbacks and the A's. Here's the bad part. I don't know what to do with this game But now it is in the chat, right, to still roll A's runs because they've got hitters, and I agree with that. These teams, and the Diamondbacks still do too. Don't, fake it. They still got dudes, man. You got Corbin Carroll. You got Ketel Marte, right? Like, you got some other Perdomo. You got some dudes, man. It's not like these teams are dead. But 86 feels like 84. No rain. 8.9 miles an hour blowing out. Solid weather there, man. Solid weather indeed.
Something else to keep in mind in this game. We've been off. Well, I shouldn't say we. The crew, because I haven't stayed away. The crew has been off the Diamondbacks for the last week because of the trade deadline. Now that the trade deadline is over and they didn't move as many pieces as I think that they thought that they would, they're more of a team as a whole, I think. And it's the trade deadline's over. Everything is settled. I think the Diamondbacks could come back out and start mashing again. I am off this game. I'm not touching it, but just a warning there. If you're going to play anything, I think the A's team total is probably the good look here. I wouldn't touch a side.
Yeah. Peggy said the D-backs are not hot like the weather here. No, they are not. Peggy, that's a great comment right there. Cortez said, I'm so disappointed in my O's. They gave the whole team away. Oh, man.
Brutal. Oh, my gosh. That is so brutal.
It's going to be weird seeing Cedric Mullins in a Mets uniform. I mean, and this dude just went and Mullins just went and saved 2 home runs this week. Like, he just put on like an all-star clinic of film. It's wild, man. It's absolutely just.
Who was it? Laureano? That was my favorite player there.
Yeah.
And that's just a brutal hole in the middle of their lineup.
Oh, yeah. D-backs are fade. Pitching ain't there like a deadbeat dad. That's good, man. Oh, that's good. All right, let's get to the analytics here. What we got. Hitter versus pitcher historicals. You see it here based on home runs. Cal Raleigh off Jack Leiter already got 2 in his career. Look at Cedric Mullins with the Mets logo right there. Oh, it looks odd. Off Robbie Ray, he's got 2 home runs. There you go. Julio Rodriguez has 2. Adolis Garcia, he has 2. Trey Turner's up here. Freddie Furman, our boy. Francisco Lindor's got 1. Teoscar Hernandez. Christian Yelich has 1. Josh Naylor has 1. Kyle Schwarber has 1. All right, now looking at hits. Man, you see it with the gas man here. You see Starling Marte, Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia again. George Springer hitting 353. Dansby Swanson hitting 500. Trevor Rogers, man. Julio Rodriguez, look at that, hitting 546 off Jack Leiter. The Mariners might go off today. Yandy Diaz hitting 417. Rafael Devers hitting 385. Bo Bichette hitting 385. Nick Castellanos hitting 385. Say a prayer for the world if that happens. Jose Ramirez, 192. Got some hits there. All right. So you see it. Bobby Witt Jr. hitting 333 off the gas man. Now, hitting streaks, Luis Arias, still your guy. 13 straight, baby. Tommy Pham, 9 straight games with a hit. Kyle Manzardo, 9 straight games with a hit. And again, the reason why we go with all these, these data points here is find you player props that you like, hits, runs, RBIs, combined, total bases, etc. These are guys that are hot. Mark Vientos, 9 straight games with a hit. Manny Machado, 8 straight games with a hit. Jaron Duran, 6 straight games with a hit. Giancarlo Stanton, 6 straight games with a hit. Christopher Cause, 5 straight. Alex Bregman, 5 straight. If you look at the last 7 games, Nick Kurtz, O'Neill, Shea Langoliers, this data, I'll see what we can get from this one. Because sometimes this data could be good. Sometimes it could be, from 5 days ago, right? Julio Rodriguez, 4 home runs. Vaughn's got 3. Schwarber's got 3. Volpe, 3. Andrew Odd's got 3. Giancarlo Stanton's got 3. Nathan Lukes has got 3 as well. Okay. So, all right, let's get our picks back up here. Matty Boy said, say a prayer for the world if that happens. I'm glad somebody picked up on that. If everybody get the like button, it would be huge right now. If you're watching on your phone, grab your screen, hit like, just pull it down, hit like, pop it right back up. Won't ask you for anything else, but that would be huge for sure. Tim, it's nice when 7 days lines up with matchups. Absolutely. 100%, man. Agreed. Just been tearing it up. Yeah, he has. For sure, man. For sure. Matty Boy said, Giancarlo. Yes, man. Hawk says there's some good vibes going in Seattle. Great vibes going in Seattle. That clubhouse is feeling it right now, man. 100%. All right, let's get to our picks here. Bradley, start us off.
Yes, sir. We're headed to that night matchup at 8 p.m. Central Time. It's looking at for Toluca versus Montreal. We're taking the over 3 at -130 in tonight's Leagues Cup.
Leagues Cup. Yankees Marlins over 8 -115. Dodgers Rays over 9 -115. Then the Cardinals and the Padres over 7.5. All right. Big Stern, what you got?
Yeah, we got the Pirates, Rockies, first 5. Both teams to score 2+ runs, -115. I love the Reds team total over 4.5 at -110. Brewers on the run line, +105. Yankees, first 5 money line parlayed with the full game money line at -115. Padres money line parlayed with the Cardinals team total under 4.5. Sorry, Padres money line and the Cardinals team total under 4.5 at -132. And the Giants Mets under 7.5 -120.
Excellent work, my friend. Excellent work. Now, we got the business part out of the way. All right, let's talk some headlines here real quick. All right, start with the Hall of Fame game last night. We see the Chargers just absolutely demolish the Detroit Lions. Now, it's a preseason game, but with that, it's really about it's more about preparation than anything, right? Because you got backup players and all that stuff. Like, a lot of what happened last night really will never matter, honestly. It just won't, right? But I guarantee you that flight home for the Lions last night was quiet. I bet there weren't a lot of people. When you score 7 points and look horrendous on offense, when you're breaking in a brand new offensive coordinator and the quarterback, none of the quarterbacks looked good. The offense was terrible. And Chris Collinsworth had the most accurate throw of the night when he said the last name that Lions players, team, fans watching wants to hear is Ben Johnson. Because if we're talking about Ben Johnson, that means that this offense ain't doing good things here. Because if it's doing good, we aren't worried about the past, right? But it's kind of like that X, right? If you downgrade, right, and everybody's talking about, man, you see what your ex is doing, like, and she's upgrading or whatever, it ain't good. You know what I mean? So, again, all of that could mean nothing because it was the Hall of Fame game, and it was backup players and backup quarterbacks. However, we don't know. And I guarantee you this, Dan Campbell right now in his head is thinking, I don't know either. Because here's the problem if you're the new offensive coordinator. If one quarterback looks bad out of the ones that played, that's on the quarterback. If all of the quarterbacks look bad, that's on you. And that's the problem. And I'll tell you who else didn't help. The Lions special teams coordinator might not make the team. The game started with a kickoff fumble by the Lions, and the Chargers grabbed it and immediately punched that thing in. And it was classic. Did you see Jim Harbaugh when he was grabbing, dude? I was screaming like, that's it. That's the lasagna right there. Like, that's what he does. And he was laughing. Like, Jim Harbaugh's got a little crazy in him. You know what I mean, Brad? He's got a little crazy. Like, I've seen it. Those eyes, they've got a little bit of that shark eye where it's all black. And you're like, oh, I don't want to anger this gentleman. There might not be a stop here.
Let's have him channel his energy positively.
Yeah.
He's scary.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Now, some takeaways from it this. Number one, Trey Lance is going to be the first backup quarterback to win NFL MVP. That first half, he was on fire. The guy, I think he had like a passer rating of like 115, 2 touchdowns. Like, I mean, he was just, dude, carving them like butter. Number 2, Antonio Gates, first team all class. Did you guys watch the game, or did you watch like parts of it? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. The reason that I was asking was, during the game, what they do is, they'll during the action they'll do the picture-in-picture thing, and they'll do an interview with each NFL person that's going in the Hall of Fame. That's the whole weekend, right? So Antonio Gates going in the Hall of Fame, and Shannon Sharp's brother. That was awkward with everything going on with Shannon right now, and he brought him up too. And respect him doing that. Let me say this. That's what a brother does. He had his damn back because he didn't throw him under the bus at all. He didn't shy away from it, but he didn't throw him under the bus. Sterling Sharp is a Hall of Fame brother, and he's a Hall of Fame player. He kept it real, 100%, and classy about it too. That was a Hall of Fame, well done. Yeah, Antonio Gates, never been played college football. All-time reception, tight end, crazy, man. But who stole the show was Jared Allen. Jared Allen, who rocks a mullet, it's even better than what he had when he played with. And he was already hilarious, when he played. When they do the thing on Thursday Night Football, and they're like, Bradley Jacobs, Brentwood, whatever, right? University of Memphis. They were showing some of Jared Allen's, and it goes, Jared Allen, preschool, Jared Allen, homeschool, just stupid stuff. He's hilarious. He's the ultimate locker room guy. He also might be the uncle of the Kelsey brothers. That could be possible. He's funny, man. But yeah, I mean, those, takeaways. The virtual measurement. Did we see this? That graphic that they rolled out, it looked like Atari and Pong and Contra parlayed together. They've got a new thing to where it's basically VAR, but it's for a first down. It's the exact, and it cuts and it zooms in on the field, and then it's just a ball and a line, and it's first down. Dude, it was hilarious, man. It was hilarious. All right, so that was the NFL game last night. Now, speaking of the NFL. Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin requests a trade. This is via John Keim, ESPN. Watch Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin frustrated with negotiations on a contract extension as requested a trade, a source told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Thursday. With the sides far apart, McLaurin held out for the first 4 days of training camp before reporting Sunday. There has been no movement toward a new deal, one source said. McLaurin became a hold-in and was placed on the PUP list, physically unable to perform with an apparent ankle injury suffered last season, though he participated in spring workouts. By reporting, McLaurin could no longer be fined $50,000 per day. Okay, so let me tell you this. I can read through. There's a reason why I included that third graph right there, and let me read it again. McLaurin became a hold-in and was placed on the physically unable to perform list with an apparent ankle injury suffered last season, though he participated in spring workouts. By reporting, McLaurin could no longer be fined $50,000 per day. So let me tell you, this is all about money, and that is good. That's a good thing. Matty boy, right? A Commanders guy. This Terry nightmares keep me up at night. Don't worry about it at all. This is merely about money. And let me explain why I'm saying that as a good thing. If someone needs money or someone wants money, someone's earned money, okay, and I'm putting myself as the owner in this fake scenario, I like that. I can work with that because you know why? We can come to an agreement on more money. I'll pay you more money. I love you. Let's come together. Come in the office. Let's chill, But again, there's nothing negative here. And the reason why I'm telling you it's all about money is because he reported and then brought up the injury. Because he doesn't want to lose $50,000 a day. And what that tells me is I'm dealing with an intelligent human being. I can work with an intelligent human being. And number 3, there's no personal animosity here. That's why I'm saying it being strictly about money and status. I can work with that because that is tangible and that is negotiable. And we can come to an agreement, right? And we can talk like gentlemen. You, me, your agent, our lawyer. Like this is a problem that has a number, a physical number. Like if you're upset with me personally, that's a harder conversation because I'm going to have to pay you. But now we have to work in all of this bad energy. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be fine because you know why? They would have done a deal on like Deebo Samuel. Like the Commanders could get so much in a trade for McLaurin, but they don't want to. And neither does McLaurin. And I think that they get this thing done. They're not going to trade him. I can work with rational. Like if you come to me and say I need, like not that I need money, like I've earned this. I feel that I've earned this, and like I can work with that. Like you know, we could talk about it. But if you come to me with that vague, I'm just not happy. Same thing in relation. What the hell do you want me to do? Like, okay, what? Like, why? You know, like we could work with that too, but then that's when you start getting just vague answers and it just nothing works and you're still unhappy even if we fix this. Like that's much more difficult to deal with other than somebody saying, hey man, I've been busting my ass and I'm one of the best in the league, dog. Pay me. Okay. I could work with that. You know what I mean? I could do that all day.
He also fits so well in that scheme. Like
this scheme. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he's got the quarterback. Like they have everything. That's a great situation. You don't want to leave that situation.
That whole situation isn't just them. That whole team is young, talented. They flow together. When we saw it, it was kind of like watching the Packers. You know what I mean? Just
yeah.
Who are these people? Who knows? But they're playing fantastic together.
Yeah. And let me tell you this: with everything going on with Washington right now. Right. And getting a new stadium and a new front. Trust me, if you're that all new general manager and front office and all that, buddy, everything is good. Your deal is not screwing it up because everybody's neck's on the line. And if you start screwing it up, because here's the other thing too. All right. McLaurin wants money. You got him in a neutral spot. Okay. Emotionally, not high, not low. Coming to you like a damn man and saying, hey, let me present this to you. I think that I'm worth it. Okay. You could work with that. And then when you do work with that, you know what happens when you pay your guy, your homegrown talent guy? The locker room sees that. Brad, you know this better than anybody. All right. When other players get paid that have been drafted by that team, it shows that they value you. And they want to grow their guys, right? Like they don't want to just use you and go find free agents and then discard you. They want to build. They want to invest in you, right? That's a good thing. And you know what happens? All right, when they get that deal done and every player sees it, they have the fun press conference, right? Goofing around, McLaurin's grabbing dudes, Jaden Daniel, the offensive line, picking them up. Like now you just got a big boost in training camp. You turn a neutral, mid, or even a negative into a positive. That's how you handle business right there. And I think that that's what Washington does. And you know what? You notice I didn't say one negative thing about McLaurin because I hate when media gets on players about wanting their money because you have to force the issue. People in life, bosses aren't just going to give you money. You have to learn to ask for it. You have to. You know what I mean? That's the game. Like businesses and corporations, this wasn't done by accident that people don't talk about money at work or in life. You know what I mean? You know who came up with that rule? Were businesses because they don't want, all right, unionizing or people talking and gathering and organizing and saying, you know what? We are worth money. We're coming to a stop. No, that's why they make it taboo. But that's the only way that you get paid in life is that you force the damn issue. Now, your situation, because look, let me tell you this. There are only three things in life, and this applies to every type of work. You are either the show horse, you are either the money horse, or you're either the work horse. And look, There's nothing bad with any of the three, but you need to understand what your company values at that moment if you're looking to progress. And let me tell you what I mean by it, right? The show horse, all right? So that is your show. Colin Cowherd, right? Dan Patrick. You know what you're getting. You're getting that name. You know what I mean? You're going to put it right up there. That dude, like if you're a TV network and you need a show horse at that time to kick everything up, you go, all right, we just made a deal. We got the Colin Cowherd or, whatever, right? You go get a big name. Then there's a money horse. That's generally somebody on the inside, all right, that has all of the connections. All right. Could be, a business executive that knows everybody in the ad industry, knows everybody in the radio industry, knows everybody in the TV and print industry. That dude is money in the office and knows it because he is the money man, and he knows how to be the conduit between your product and the people that pay for your product. And then there's the workhorse, and the workhorse is you work harder than everybody, right? You're not a show horse and you're not a money horse. And a workhorse is generally the beginning of your career because you don't have the connections yet, or you don't have the show name value yet, but you might one day. But you got to start at the bottom, and that's how this thing works. And you learn how to be a workhorse. But let me tell you, all right, and this applies to every business here, all right? Sometimes companies need workhorses, all right? HVAC companies right now across the country, buddy, they've got all the business in the world. They don't need money men. They don't need a showman. Their phones are ringing off the hook because it's hot everywhere. They need workhorses, right? So it doesn't mean that one's better than the other. What it means is that you need to, if you want to progress, learn which you are and learn which your company needs at that moment and moving forward, because there's not one that's better than the other. It just depends on your company of what they need at that time. And it could be any of those. So, all right, there we go. All right. Now, last one here.
So happy you brought this up, baby.
Yep. What'd you say?
So happy you brought this up, baby.
Yeah. Hey, come on into the office here. There's no AC, but come on in. All right. Final one here. All right. Major League Baseball power rankings post-trade deadline. So let's go through the top 5. This is via ESPN.com. Okay. Number 1, Milwaukee Brewers. Biggest move of the deadline, acquiring catcher Danny Jensen from the Rays and Shelby Miller from the Diamondbacks. Number 2, Chicago Cubs. Biggest moves, starting pitcher Michael Soroka, relievers Andrew Kittredge, Taylor Rogers, the Pirates, and utility man Willie Castro from the Twins.
Oh, can I interrupt for a quick second there?
Yeah.
On the Cubs?
Yep.
So I was thinking about what we said about the Orioles and just like the devastating news on half their lineup basically walking out and just losing so many big pieces. I just put a run line play on the Cubs at a full unit at plus 145.
Nice.
And I think that's a good look. And I almost went with the Guardians too, but you can't really trust them either. So just the Cubs run line. I think that's a great look. I think they're going to be motivated. They just won their last game. I think it's a good one. And yeah.
All right. There we go. Number 3, the LA Dodgers. Biggest moves, acquiring reliever Brock Stewart from the Twins and outfielder Alex Call from the Nationals. Number 4, New York Mets. Dude, biggest moves, acquiring relievers Tyler Rogers, all right, Gregory Soto, outfielder Cedric Mullins, and closer Ryan Helsley from the Cardinals. Absolute raked. Dude, the Phillies started making moves, and the Mets said, all right, we can play that game. Then number 5, the Phillies. Dude, got John Duran and outfielder Harrison Bader from the Twins. That NL East is going to be fun.
My jaw dropped. I'm in Philly, right? And I went to work yesterday, and someone showed me this, and I was like, oh, my gosh. Because, I didn't expect the Twins to be sellers, right? And if they were just going to be light. This is the move. There's so many moves. Padres, obviously, right? But Phillies, I am very impressed that they were able to shore up their 2 biggest holes. I mean, Harrison Bader with Schwarber. It's going to be a fun lineup. Dangerous to get through. Fun lineup.
Oh, very dangerous to get through, dude. I'll tell you what's not dangerous, though, man. Stat of the day. The Chicago Cubs have hit the first 5 innings team total over in 13 of their last 17 games at home. Moshe, what about this stat right here, brother?
I didn't know about it, but now that I did, I'm really happy that I just made my play. I mean, like, listen, the Cubs offense is just raking it in right now. The Brewers were able to hold them down for 2 games. They weren't able to hold them down for 3. And now that they were on an offensive just slaughter, I think that they're going to come for it. Like, they know what they need to do in order to make the playoffs and to be successful in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're coming after it.
And here's the other thing, too. As weird as this sounds, okay, the Chicago Cubs have actually been doing this and not even playing like anywhere close to their normal like ceiling potential. They've actually been kind of playing bad. You know what I mean? Like compared to themselves, not to the rest of the league, but to themselves, which what I'm saying is that they're going to get better. Like Saya Suzuki, dude, he's been gone for like the All-Star game, like since then. You know what I mean? Like Pete Crow Armstrong, too, like they're putting up the runs. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the stats there for a reason, but like they've got so much more room for growth. Just comparing them to themselves, like same thing you do with like the '90s Yankees. You'd say, oh, well, you know, this stat is bad compared to what they did. Like, to the league, it's still good, but to their high level, you know what I mean? So, yeah. All right. Now,
I also expect regression from Trevor Rogers. Like, he's been unbelievable. It's a great story for the year, but this is not the game for him.
Yeah. Yep. Now, the games that are for him and for us are from the Leagues Cup. That was probably wrong and offensive. I apologize for that one. Brad, on the board there. And this is our final show of Driving the Line. We want to say thank you to all the corporate sponsors. Brad, talk to us about the Leagues Cup, bro. What we got?
That's some good stuff, AB. Yeah, the Leagues Cup, man, it has actually been so much more impressive from a goal point standpoint, and as well as really just an energy and effort level. There are some teams who have put out some rotated lineups, especially at the beginning of the match, but that is just few and far between. We're seeing a lot of really good football right now. 18 games have been played over 3 nights, and both teams' score has come in 14 of those 18, and so has over 2.5 goals, which is really, really impressive. And it's also a good thing based on what our pick is at the over 3. And when the over 2.5 has hit, 11 of 14 of those over 2.5s have gone to that 4-goal mark. Another reason why we like that. But another couple angles that are really interesting from this League Cup that are unique and kind of make sense. Well, we have a trending first half goal. That's pretty solid because somebody wants to get on the board before you get into halftime and then essentially retool your lineup, reformat how you're playing, and according to that goal differential. So hey, if you get 1, if you get 2, or if it's tied 1-1, it's going to change how teams play. But also a late goal. Right now, we have seen a late goal. I just lost my spot. Oh, here it is. 16 of the 18 matches have come with 1 goal past minute 70. So no brainer betting. You could just pop in on every single match and have hit a goal at minute 70 plus in 16 of 18. We're seeing teams continue to go for it up until that 90 minutes. And that is very, very important if you're looking for goal totals. So look for our pick today and some of those other matches, as well as those 2 unique angles specific to the Leagues Cup that you can take advantage of live.
Beautiful work, my friend. And that's a great pickup, too. You go, oh, I lost my spot. Oh, there it is. I got it. That's quick. No, because it happens. Like, trust me, like it absolutely happens. And you just kind of just gathered yourself. You're like, oh, there we got it.
Can I just say, it is such a pleasure watching Brad. He's so good.
He's a professional. I know.
He's so good.
I know. He is, man. He is. All right, let's hit our picks one last time, and then we'll get out of here. We'll be live today, normal time at 3 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. Mo, start us. What do you got?
Yeah, one more time. We got a few parlays. Same game parlays. Pirates, Rockies. First 5, both teams to score 2+ runs. I love the Reds. Team total over 4.5. Brewers -1.5 plus money. Yankees first 5 money line parlayed with the full game money line. Padres money line parlayed with the Cardinals team total under 4.5. Giants, Mets under 7.5, and a late add-in Cubs on the run line -1.5 plus 145.
And there we go. Bradley?
We're headed to that night matchup at 8 p.m. Central Time in the Leagues Cup between Toluca taking on Montreal. We're looking for 4 goals, but 3 goals will give us that push, that over 3 Asian total at -130.
This game is being played in New Jersey. Let's get after it. Yankees, Marlins over 8, -115. Dodgers, Rays over 9, -115. Cardinals, Padres over 7.5. Okay. Brad, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I do have some final thoughts. There are a lot of leagues coming back. We have first matches today around the world in some of these top leagues, top scoring leagues, and very familiar leagues to a lot of bettors. There's a great matchup specifically. I want to highlight this because it really does matter. You have Germany too, a very high scoring league. It's a great matchup with an incredible history. Schalke is taking on Hertha Berlin. And in 9 straight matchups between the two, it's gone over 2.5 goals. In 7 straight matches, it's hit both teams to score. That over 2.5 is trending at that 2.75 mark with a little bit of juice. And that both teams to score is too high. No surprise there. My dog is going crazy. But the issue with Germany too is that in that first week, historically, it doesn't produce the same amount of goals that it does throughout the season. So when they come back, that first match jitter tends to get a lot of these teams. They just don't have their legs underneath them. The patterns of play haven't been developed yet. And a big thing is that Hertha Berlin also ended the season as an under squad. So you look at this matchup history and you say, how could I not want to bet it? Well, Hertha Berlin in 8 of the last 18 went over 2.5, which means only 10 of those 18 actually shot the total. So be careful in today's first match between Schalke and Hertha. Maybe look for a live bet split over a over 2.75 to give you a little bit of safety net. Great matches all throughout the world, but that is how I would attack a lot of these new leagues. So be careful. We're going to continue to elevate it as these leagues get to kicking. That's when you really want to elevate your unit total, because 7-8 bets on one unit on a better slate is always better than a half unit, one play during the summer. And just understand that when you have better opportunities and better slates with better matches, it's a greater opportunity to put cash in your pocket.
I love that your dog has figured out when the end of the show is goes like, all right, Dad, we got it. Leagues Cup. We need to go outside. Treat. Let's go.
It's true. We have to go to the park, and she knows.
Yep. Oh, yeah. She's like, yeah, come on, Dad. Hurry it up. We got it. We got our bets in. Let's go. Mo, any final thoughts, buddy?
Just it's going to be amazing and fascinating to watch some of these teams having to deal with the fallout of either trading away some of their teams or getting in these influx of players. It's going to be really, really fascinating. I think the energy is going to be vastly different now than it was in the last week. You know, some of these teams like the Pirates, White Sox, Rockies, like they're going to struggle now without some core people in their lineup. Orioles, right? So it's going to be very, very interesting. And hopefully we get to some of those bottom level teams kind of going back to the bottom, which is really what we all want, right? We want predictability. We want to be able to run with the big dogs and fade the small ones. And I think it's coming back now. This is when it starts.
Agreed. And let me say this too. And Tizzle, if you're out there, let me say something positive about the A's. Because when there are trades and things like that happen, yeah, like, you know, when you're a seller instead of a buyer, you know, if you're a player in that clubhouse, you feel that. You're not dumb. You understand. But let me also say, not being traded has a positive effect sometimes too. And when the trade deadline is passed, everybody can take a breath, right? Everybody can take a damn breath. And, you know, you don't have to worry about moving your family. You put your kids at a new school. Your wife has to get, a new job. Like, there's a lot of things that go on that we don't talk about with trades and things like that. And, if you're somebody who just bought a new house because you just got a Brent Rooker, right? Like, yeah, you don't know where the team's going to be, but like, where you're going to be with your company. You know what I'm saying? So there's a positive to that as well. And the Diamondbacks could have that. Bro, you never know, man.
That's exactly.
Let me also say this. You know what a trade does when you trade a player? That gives somebody else a shot. And you never know, man. There might be somebody standing there saying, I've been telling y'all, I'm your starting left fielder. Watch this shit. F that guy. I'm telling you, I'm the king around here. Daddy's up. I'm telling you. Like, there are dudes that we said it in the draft. If you draft Juwan Jennings, I'm telling you, this guy won't have great practices. You won't talk about him. But when you cut those flipping lights on and it's real, he'll whip your ass. I've seen it. And, like, there are players like that who are gamers, dude, who you just know. You see the talent at practice, but for some reason it's just not stellar. But he knows it, and you know that when the bullets are flying for real, that's a foxhole guy, and you could trust him. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that now. Watch, man. You're going to see new names come up. Like, trades can benefit too, man. They sometimes, and again, look at the Red Sox. Traded Devers, and you know what? Sometimes there's addition by subtraction as well. So when you're dealing with human beings, and Brad can tell you this better than anybody, professional teams, that it is no different. I don't care what sport it is, soccer, football, baseball, whatever. It is normal life. You're going to run into the same group of human beings that you do if you went to a Walmart and if you went to a McDonald's. They're just good at a sport. They're very athletic. But you're going to have some people who are idiots. You're going to have some people who are hilarious. You're going to have some people who are very focused. And you're going to have some people who are like, man, it's about the money. Forget it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, they'll play, but you got all that, dude. Like, it's just another, thing in society. So I'll stop there. But Moshe, I thought you brought up a great point that, man, you never know. You never know the impact that a locker room or a clubhouse can have, after a trade deadline. So, I mean, look, the D-backs could become the best team in baseball. You never know.
I think they're out. I really don't think they're out. They have kept enough talent around them to
I'll give you a perfect example. We joke about, like, the Vols, like, feels like 98, talking about, like, football, right? Well, let me tell you this. 1994 through 1997, they had a starting quarterback named Peyton Manning. He left, and they immediately won a national championship. Now, it wasn't a negative thing, like people hated Peyton Manning. That wasn't it. You just never know. Like, you just never know, man. Like, it's like science, and you're kind of mixing all of these, molecules on a petri dish, and you move it around one thing, and you've got, borax, and you just, smoked everybody to death. And the other side, oh, hey, we just invented penicillin.
Yep, and it could also just be a style of play or your locker room attitude, or, like, for instance, with the Red Sox, and this is not what happened, but, like, this is maybe a projection, whatever. You have a young team who's willing to do whatever it is to win. Bunt, play left field, play center field, play second base. Whatever you need me to do, I will do it. And then you have Devers, who is like, no. Yeah. Just no, sorry. And you don't want that on your team when you're trying to show all the young people. You do whatever you need to do to get the team to win.
What did they want him to play? First base. What?
Yeah, first base, I think.
Yeah, from third.
And it wasn't like,
let me
I played first base. I like first base.
Playing third base is ridiculously harder than playing first base. For the love of God, third base, dude, you might as well be, in executions back in the day when they had the firing squad, you put yourself, on a brick wall, get you one last heater, and then they pump them into you. Dude, third base is that brick wall. You are just catching bullets over there. But first base, that's good lifestyle, boy. Look, that's that lifestyle where you got money, got a little fame, but not too much. Third base, dog, that's workhorse territory. You are getting missiles fired up your ass. Chili peppers left and right, dude. Like, it is a sparks factory, and you're a lighter. It is absolute. Like, I was surprised that the most. Like, what? Now, don't get me wrong. Like, some people like third base, and I get it, but, bro, we scoop up. Like, I'd much rather get down at first base.
Yeah, first base is where you send people when you want to extend their career.
Yeah. Yeah. First base, good lifestyle. I'm telling you. That's good lifestyle. You usually hit third or fourth in the lineup. You have a big dog around there. Your voice matters.
That's exactly what I am on my team. To be fair, it's a synagogue softball league, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
That's another T-shirt. It's a synagogue softball league. Yeah, right there, dude. Brian. Yeah, yesterday, third base looked like his first game. Yeah, dog, because they're firing live bullets. It is third base, dude, is standing back, and somebody's got a street sweeper, AK-47, just like, dude, just firing, man. Stern, you had to drop out of that AK-47 talk, huh?
Just had to get out of the picture, you know?
Yeah, gotcha. That's a quick pull, too. You're on your game on that one. All right. We'll get out of here, everybody. Have a wonderful Friday. We'll be live at 3 p.m. Eastern today. But until then, everybody. Yeah, Brooks Robinson, look, dude, good third baseman's like a good auto mechanic. When you find one, you keep his ass. Like, that is not an easy thing to fill. All right, everybody. Great Friday. We'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern today. Until then, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. Have a good one. See you this afternoon. Peace.
Who's got it better than us?